Manager.
My name is Jenna Marcello, here alongside with my co-host for this evening, Autumn Doobie. We have breaking news coming from the basketball game at TD Garden in Boston, Mass.
Let's bring it out to our field reporter, Drew Fox Jordan, to see what's happening.
Thanks, Autumn and Jenna. I'm here alongside John Gardell, who just scored a career-high 80 points against the Warriors. John, talk to us about our inspiration for tonight's game.
I think it was mostly the team and the coaching. They did a really good job. They worked hard, and they really pushed me to do what I did tonight.
I see your two daughters are watching from the crowd. How are you managing fatherhood? How are you managing fatherhood with such a demanding career?
Well, it's going. They're 14 and 17 years old, so it's going all right, I guess.
All right, awesome. Seems like you have a lot of successes. Congrats again on the big win. Let's send it back to Autumn and Jenna in the studio.
Thanks, Drew. We're going to take you over now to Curtis Fraser, live press conference after the huge win against the Bruins. The captain of the Habs scored 2 goals in the victory. We will send you over to Boston.
Is that extra small down from the small? You really think you lost enough weight to pull that off?
I mean, I've been watching my carb count. I've been dieting. I've been told that I need to lose some weight. So yeah, it's down to extra small right now.
Can you tell us who you're wearing today? What brand?
I mean, I put it on. It was the first thing I pulled out of my closet. It was, I don't know what it is. I think my wife bought it. I don't really know what that has to do with the game. But
Your fight with Sidney Crosby must have been too graphic for your daughters. Do they even watch your games?
they do, but I mean, I'm just going to go in for some dental work in the morning and hopefully it'll be all taken care of and they won't even know it happened.
The defense really allowed you to take advantage of their injury-ridden second line. Can you talk to us about what was going through your head after you scored that second goal?
I mean, I found my teammates, they got me the puck, and when they saw me out front, they just passed me the puck and I put it in.
He really did get whooped by Crosby. I feel bad for him.
If he didn't lose all that weight, he might have stood a chance. Skinny is not a good look for him.
Not at all. Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I am Jenna Marcello.
And I'm Autumn Doobie. Thank you and good night. Throughout my life, I've been involved in a range of sports, but have never dwelled on the underlying implications of uniforms. As a former varsity volleyball player, I am familiar with wearing tight spandex and form-fitting jerseys. Athletes work hard to maintain their figures, and in that aspect, I believe they should be allowed to show them off. However, the difference in uniforms between males and females isn't necessarily a result of just the sporting world, but rather society as a whole. Female athletes feel the need to sexualize themselves so they are feminine, even as skilled athletes. This idea goes hand in hand with Wolf's beauty myth. No matter how successful and accomplished a woman may be, she will still be judged based on her appearance.
For a long time, I've been interested in the broadcasting aspect of sports, and not just the game itself. Obviously, the analysis of the game is very important. However, I became interested in who was doing the analytics. I took for granted who I saw on NBA Tonight and the NFL pregame show. It was always the same faces. Guys who used to play in the league, and the discussion was facilitated by a guy in a suit. The NBA shows were black former players with a white host, and the NFL show were white former players with a black host. The contrast was to avoid viewers from thinking the show was racially biased in any way. What I realized until later was that there were never any women on any of these shows or in the broadcast booth. Media entities were only concerned with racial ratios and not so much gender. Save them, the female presence in sports broadcasting is near non-existent. You could watch any sporting event and see for yourself, but if you don't believe me, the statistics don't lie either. Neither does the countless articles on Bleacher Report about the hottest 50 sideline reporters from around the world, or the 20 sexiest sports reporters from 2012. And especially that last one, because if they are only present for 2012, we see them as expendable instead of respected sports reporters who are knowledgeable in the field.
As a former collegiate athlete playing both soccer and softball, I feel this unbreakable passion for sports and such a high regard for the female athlete. As a soccer goalie and softball player, I used to be asked questions, can I beat up a guy? I was judged as being a masculine girl because of my position and because of the manly reputation of softball. Because underrepresentation, stereotyping is just one issue female athletes encounter in the media and the social realm today. In college, I would wear very promiscuous clothing, trying to show off some form of feminine sexiness, so others would not consider me too masculine. This holds true to other female athletes like Danica Patrick, who plays a dominantly male sport. She has been put on the cover of Sports Illustrated, having to prove a sexy feminine role. Like myself, she had to prove to be feminine. This concept can be related to Susan Douglas' The Mommy's Myth, which highlights the struggle that women must live with being the perfect mom, in the case, the perfect athlete, and also a perfect mother and a traditional role model, and also must be beautiful and sexy while balancing a successful career. As shown in our spoof, motherhood and style typed out of content are asked by reporters, so female athletes must address this, even if it is not related to their sport.